It feels like it's been forever since I've been behind the camera. I've been really busy with work. Just like my last update, I told you guys what was going on. Pretty much the same thing has been happening. I've been really busy, working back and forth between 2 different stores. But I want to do a little update video, show you guys what has been going on. I ordered a ton of parts for the 240. There's a ton of things going on for it right now. Let's just show you. So first of all, you can see I've got another sheet of Lexan. It has been cut down. I've got some tint, some spray paint, and bam! Redemption for my sunroof. I ripped the old one off. That's what I am working on right now. I might not be able to finish it today. That's okay. I work tomorrow afternoon, so I can get started on it, get it cleaned up, prepped up, whatever I need to do. I'm actually going to be using window urethane instead of riveting it. So we've got some urethane down here. We're gonna use this stuff. It's a little bit lighter than what I use for my windows. It's like the same thing, the same idea, it's just not as heavy grade. You know, for the glass, it's meant for like the Lexan or like the raised glass and stuff. So we're gonna use that stuff to glue that guy down. But before I do all that, I'm gonna tint it, get it all prettied up, blah, 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 blah. I got a bride seat and some rails. I was starting to film an install video for this and my boss called me into work, so I had to stop filming, and I got it in there, but you guys didn't get to see that because I had to go to work. Oh, what else is going on? What's new? What's new? Oh, we have some energy suspension bushings. These are for my subframe. Those need to be replaced. I have some Megan Racing traction arms. This is so that I can adjust my camber out a little bit more. Oh, check out this beautiful blue, this flaking up. Let's see, you guys can see it. Let me zoom in, hold on. There we go. It's so pretty. Too bad no one's ever gonna see it. Makes me want to paint my car blue. So yeah, we have that. And I also have a bezel with switches to cover up my dual overhead cam cluster. I don't know if I showed you guys this. This also came in with that bezel. I bought them both from the same owner, and this is a dual overhead cam, and it working just fine, except for the speedometer. Speedometer and fuel gauge doesn't work, obviously, because fuel gauge isn't hooked up, and speedometer isn't wired up to the trans, so it doesn't know what it's doing. But I've been rambling a lot. Let's just get to work and get the sunroof on, or get as far as we can today so the sunroof can go on. Alright guys, so in the last video when I was doing my sunroof, I already showed you guys everything, like when I was cutting it out, painting it. This time I went ahead and, as you guys can see, I tinted it. The tint is actually on this side here. This is going to be facing down to the bottom of the car. I've got everything cleaned up over here. You can see it's a little wavy right there from where the cut was, where I have the little brace. I can't really get it to sit straight. I don't really know if it's going to like affect how the Lexan is going to sit on the roof, but we're going to see. Anyways, I have everything marked off, taped off where the sunroof sits. I'm about to open up this adhesive, throw it in that caulk gun, and try to get this thing all glued up. And then we're going to set the Lexan on there, put some weight on it, and hope that it dries. So, here we go. You guys are sliding down my hatch. My tripod isn't holding you. Try to put you guys up here in the middle. Alright, hopefully you guys won't move. Well, as you guys saw there, you fell off. So hopefully this will work now. So as you notice, it is dark behind me. I've got the sunroof on there. The adhesive is drying. I'm going to check back with you guys tomorrow morning when I come back out here to see how the glue did. I put a bunch of like jack stands. I put like this giant thing of bolts on it. I just had a bunch of weight on it, squishing it down, and it looks somewhat decent. It looks like it's sitting. Hold on, let me pull out my light. There's some of the adhesive from the tape too that I need to clean up. But anyways, it's on there. And I also screwed up the paint right there. I hit it against it with my elbow, and I guess the paint was still wet. But it looks so much better. I'll show you guys tomorrow in the daylight so you guys can actually see it. So I'll see you then. What is going on, guys? It is the next morning. I'm going to show you guys the sunroof. It didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. It doesn't look that ugly or that bad, but I think it looks a lot better than what it was. It's just not like sitting flush how I wanted it to. So anyways, guys, check it out. Here it is. It's a little dirty too because I kind of messed up the paint and nicked a few areas with like setting stuff on there as weights when it was, you know, drying, or excuse me, when I was drying the glue. So anyways, I wanted it to sit like this, kind of flat. I might grab like a rubber seal for like the doors and put it on here, kind of give it a better, you know, like the visual effect on it, because it kind of looks a little rough, you know, kind of wavy like this. So hopefully, I don't know, I'm just kind of running ideas through my head because it really didn't work out how I really wanted it to, because this, like, these gaps, if you guys understand what I mean. Show you this other side. It's worse over here. These gaps here, you can see where I obviously marked it to position it, and then this gap is even worse. You can see a little bit of the glue. So it's definitely in there though, like it's on there, and the tint is working really well. And there's a little bit of sealant that hung down when I was like sealing around the top. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely not going to leak ever again. And I think it looks a little bit better than what it was. I'm gonna clean up this top part where all this tape was and repaint it all. If I need to rivet it in some areas, like up here in the front, I'm going to try to re-glue it. I'm going to get more glue, maybe a smaller bottle, and try to slide it under here, put some weight on it, see if it'll glue down. If I have to, I will. I think it looks really cool like this, and the tint looks really good. So, yep. Now we're fixing my bride mount. One of these mounts, this guy here, doesn't line up all the way, so I'm going to have to cut it off and weld it on the other side, like flip it, because it sits too far over and it didn't sit like line up perfectly, and I didn't like, obviously didn't like the way it sits, and it's not safe. So plus I had to take the bolts back out because I got some Loctite to put on them so they stay in there. So I'm gonna get to cutting this guy off, prepping that to re-weld back on, and then we will install the bride. And that's about it for right now, because other than that I have a bunch of stuff that I want to install, but it's going to take me like a day or two, because obviously I'm going to be pulling the whole subframe in the back for those bushings, and I might as well wait and do the traction arms when I'm doing the bushings. And I'd really like some help, so I'm going to wait on one of my buddies, see if they can help me, and then we will probably go from there. So I'll just like upload this video as like somewhat of an update and show you guys how the car is looking, and yeah, so let's get to work. Alrighty, so here's the bracket piece cut in half. I've got them ground down, cleaned up. I'm about to double check the fitment on here. I'm just basically just reversing it. It was facing the wrong way, and it didn't line up properly and bolt down with all the bolts. So what I'm doing is making sure that it's all even and lined up with these holes, and then these two holes down here on the bride rail. And as long as everything lines up and checks out, I'm going to go ahead and weld it all up and install the seat. So here we go. Guys, as you see here, I got it tacked up, all lined up, nice and pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and burn beads in on both sides and then bolt her up. Alright guys, she is welded up. There we have it. Both sides. I'm letting it cool off just a little bit more, and then I'm going to primer it, paint it, and then we'll throw it on the seat. Alright guys, well, the bride seat is in here. Got a little dirty because I was laying on the ground and I sat in it, but everything is all squared away. The new mounts work good. There it is right there, bolted up. Everything's bolted down to the floorboard. It is all good to go. I didn't film much of it because I was in a little bit of a, not necessarily a rush, but I've got to be at work here in about an hour and a half or so. So I had to get it done in a timely fashion, and I decided not to fire up the camera. I filmed, you know, the little stuff that you guys saw in the video, but she's in there, she's good to go. You guys get the general idea. This video isn't anything but, you know, an update and kind of showing you guys what's new with the car, but what's going on. So that's about that. Let's see. I'm gonna be off the next couple days here. I've got a plan to do these polyurethane subframe bushings and also getting these traction rods in there. I also want to pick up a new set of wheels here in the next couple weeks. I've been looking around and I talked to a couple people, and I found somebody who might be able to give me a really good deal on purchasing purchasing a new set of roto grids, brand new. So I'm gonna talk to him, and that's gonna be in the upcoming future for the car. So that's about that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it wasn't too much of anything crazy, but you guys get to see the little updates, see what's going on. The car is looking better and better each day. I have to get ready, get cleaned up, and I have to be into work within an hour or so. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Later.